Hola amigos, and welcome to a Spanish Let's Play of Need for Speed Underground. I'm gonna have to quickly talk over this bit because they're playing Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. That's boys with a Z. Just so you know. So I'm gonna have to quickly talk over that to make, because like if you include Lil Jon and the East Side Boys Get Low in a video, I'm pretty sure it gets muted by the record label or whatever you might call it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music volume completely off. All better. Oops. Go back. Has that done it? I can't actually hear, so I'm going to assume and hope that that's done it. Right, so this is going to be my first time playing this game, and you might be thinking, how have you never played Need for Speed Underground before? And that's because the Need for Speed game I always played was Need for Speed Underground 2, which my friend who used to live around the corner from me had, so I'd go around there all the time. And we just go into that mode where you can quickly tune a car and then go into free roam mode. I don't think we ever actually did a race or whatever. And then when I got it for myself, I played it for a little bit on the Xbox 360 because it's backwards compatible. And I got quite far in it, and then I put it in my original Xbox when I got one of those and played it to completion. So I've completed the Need for Speed games that come after this one. But this is the earliest Need for Speed game that I'll ever have played. So, let's go ahead and go underground. Losers go home. That kind of message would have made me not play underground mode if I was a kid. I'd just go in free roam and quick race mode. Like how I never played career on Motocross Madness 2 for the longest time. I don't know, when you're a kid and you're playing games, you tend to do the free race and free ride modes more than like career or whatever. It's just, that's the way it is. I've got my phone mounted up on top of some pencils this time, which means you'll probably hear more because it's not muted by the desk now. Which will also mean you can probably hear my PlayStation whirring in the background. You're gonna have to put up with that. Right then, here we go. First race. In a car that's definitely not mine, I know that much. There's no way a game would start you in a car tuned up like this. Now, 2003 was the racer era of Need for Speed. 2004 was as well. Got a little bit better with Most Wanted, but the body kits in that game were pretty ridiculous. And then, like, Carbon and Pro Street were much more muted, I think. Carbon less than Pro Street. But by that point, it was a different time. 2003, I can't remember the year that Too Fast, Too Furious came out in, but it would have been very close to then. I think Too Fast, Too Furious was 2003. And the main cars in that game were Pretty Rice, TBH. I am probably going to keep crashing because I'm not paying total attention to the game. And because I'm playing this on a PS2. Which, oops, that was a handbrake. Where's nitrous? There it is. And it's all gone. Wow. What a waste that was. It doesn't matter though, because this car is probably not even the best car in the game. And is easily outclassing everything else. So I had meant to finish uploading Dirt Showdown before I recorded my next game, which was going to be this. And it's not even totally this, Like I'm gonna be playing a bunch of different games on a bunch of different days, and it's gonna be pretty okay, pretty good. Days have themes that I'll talk about in a video at some point. I'm not gonna talk about that now. I'll probably end up talking about that now, but I'm not gonna aim to talk about that now.
Is that your fantasy? Look, that's Eddie. Take a good look, man. He's a winner, and winners get mad respect. It ain't just about
I'm not gonna talk over the cutscene. Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Wasn't a lot of cutscene to talk over. Now we choose our first car. We've got a Golf, Civic. The car I'm gonna go for, because this is, well, if it was the 4-door version and silver, this would literally be my dad's car. Now, I reckon that the most embarrassing thing you can turn up to in a street racing meet would probably be your dad's car. I reckon that the only way you could make it worse is by showing up in your mum's car, or something gay like a Miata or a Mazda MX-5. Oh yeah, I've got the. I'm English. Got the English version of this game, so it's not a Miata, it's an MX-5. Just so you know. The UK, I mean. English. I mean, in America they speak English as well. But, so we're gonna go ahead and choose the. Is she talking? I don't have any headphones plugged in. I don't actually know.
Hey, loser. Alright, check it. Maybe I can help.
Just you and me, one-on-one. It's money in the bank. Let's go.
You want to be the best? You gotta take these boys down. If you lose, you're gone. Got it? Good. Now move it. Come here to find the latest races. The race map will show you where all the action is.
What's up, bro? I'm Jose. Sam told me I should keep an eye out for you. She said you plan on turning the streets upside down. Welcome to the street.
A lot of talking going on right now, probably. I'm gonna ignore it because I can't hear any of it. And there's like other Let's Plays you can watch where you can listen to what they're saying. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk over everyone. Because this is my Let's Play of Need for Speed Underground, not yours. I'll do what I want, and what I want to do is be really irritating. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. What I was gonna say before Jose came and interrupted me was try and figure out if I could paint my car before we went racing, but apparently not. I need it for it to be properly my dad's car. I need to get it painted silver like that one up ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done pretty quick, pretty sharpish like. Now I don't know how long this game is gonna take to complete, but on the basis that it's a Need for Speed game, not Forza 4, I imagine that completing the entire career mode, every race, isn't gonna take too long. So I'm gonna say instead of doing 20-minute plus one race videos, I'm gonna do 15 plus one race. That's what the aim is gonna be. So I'm gonna complete these starting races in this starting episode, because that's the way it works. That's how you do it. Car's not quite as quick as that what was it, Honda Integra that we were driving a minute ago, even though this is exactly the same track. Which means I should be able to avoid the traffic, but there isn't actually any traffic, so don't have to worry about that, which is nice. I haven't got a lot of commentary right now, to be honest. I was going to say TBH again, but then I realized I've already said that, so I'm not going to say it again. Yeah, I haven't got anything particularly to say. So So I'm just going to focus on winning this race, which I'm doing by an absolute mile. It's the two 206s at the front, which is the way it should be, because, you know, the 206 has what you might call rally pedigree. Even though I'm pretty sure they stopped rallying them in 2003 and replaced them with whatever they replaced him with. Jose, this was Jose's race. He came last in his Golf GTI. Let's watch all these points accumulate. I earned a lot of points. And my style points went up. And I got some money added to the bank. So let's go ahead and continue. I know that Rhino GT4 looked at the statistics after the race. I'm not going to do that. This is street racing. You don't get telemetry in street racing. You get results. And the result is all that matters. And coming first is all that matters. As everyone knows. Losers go home. We read that a minute ago. That's what got read. Here we go. Customize.
Hey, what you think? You digging it? Then you gotta win. No racing crap, no cool parts.
I'm actually going to be de-customizing.
The ultimate street racer.
Um,
Does a racer get noticed? What?
Is it locked? Is painting the car locked? Well, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah. Oh, sweet. It's not locked. I thought it was locked. I guess that's like, other colours and stuff. Can we take the rims off completely? Like on Dad's car, where the rims have just fallen off? When you corner too hard, the hubcaps or whatever? Nope. Okay. Guess we're staying standard. Should we try and make... When we get to customizing, like properly, I'm gonna make this look a bit like a rally car, or as much, make it look like as much of a rally car as possible. Looks like most of the stuff is locked for now, and I haven't actually seen a picture of the Peugeot 206 rally car for a while. I do know that it has a wing that looks like that. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that on the car.
Accessories are the little...
Everything is locked. See what we can get for performance. Because everyone knows it's more important to have a good looking car than a fast car. But everything is locked. Okay, that's fine. We got a sick wing, and that's all that matters. Oh, would you look at that? It's been... Well, no, I'll be cutting off a minute or two at the start of the episode. And this is an episode 1, so we'll make it a little bit longer. So let's go for another race. This one's a sprint. Go for hard again, because I can easily win on hard on these starting races, and it gives me more money. So that's what we're going to be doing. Going on hard. Getting hard. Oh. Getting a little bit hard, you know what I'm saying? We're off to a bad launch, but what can you expect from front-wheel drive? Obviously, you can't do a drivetrain conversion to get it four-wheel drive like a rally car would be, and get an incredible launch. So, just gonna have to take the starts as they come, really, and not do very well on them, is what I meant by that. Looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of the same scenery at the start of this. Some nice cinematic camera work as I go over a jump. You get that in the other street racing Need for Speeds, I'm pretty sure. Not Pro Street. Then again, they weren't really jumps in Pro Street too often. Although they were in the speed races, so I'm not sure if you got a cinematic camera in those. I'm going to spend more time talking about the Need for Speeds I have played than this Need for Speed, which I've, like I said, never played before. But first impressions, it's a slightly worse looking closed circuit Underground 2. That's just gonna come out and say it. That's what I've seen so far. But I'm not sure anyone would argue that point on the basis that that's exactly what this is, pretty much. Also, there's no necessity to race your car in this game, unlike Underground 2, because in Underground 2 you needed to put stupid body kits and such on the car so that you could get on magazine covers. Although I'm pretty sure a commonly accepted technique is to have two cars in that game, one for racing and one for racing for magazine covers. But we're not playing Underground 2, we're playing Underground 1. And we'll find a short race to finish this out. Oh, drifting. Perfect.
Whoa, kid, this is sick. Yet another convert to the drift scene. Let's see what kind of moves you got. They call me Dirt, and I like to get sideways.
Drifting, of course, in a front-wheel drive car, because that's just the way it's done. You know, you can't not drift in your front-wheel drive wannabe rally spec Peugeot 206. I now realise that that's exactly what Rhino GT4 himself, the man, the myth, the legend, was saying in his first couple of episodes of Underground 2 about his Peugeot 206 that he chose. He chose the 206 for no good reason. I've chosen the 206 because it's my dad's car, like I said, and it'll be embarrassing to show up to street racing driving your dad's car. And then it will be, although it would be much more embarrassing for everyone else when you beat them, which is what I'm doing so far. And winning quite easily in my drift spec 206. I want to see if I beat any rear-wheel drive drifters. I did. I beat a 240 and an MX-5 and a Mitsubishi Lancer. Front-wheel drive drifting is the best kind of drifting. I was watching Noriaro, that guy that lives in Japan and films cars on YouTube. And there was a Peugeot 206 in his latest video doing a drift. Didn't do a very good drift, but it did a drift. And it did a better drift than some of the other cars. So because some of the other cars like span around or stop the drift too early. So it's good to see that the Japanese respect my dad's car, you know. It looked pretty stock as well, unlike what my one's gonna look like. Mine's gonna look riced by the time we're done for it. But that is gonna do it for this first episode of Need for Speed Underground. Not recording in bulk because I don't have the time or the memory space left, like I did with Dirt Showdown when I finished that. I'm sitting on top of like 10 episodes of Dirt Showdown right now, which are going to be uploaded over the next like 11 or 12 weeks. Anyway, yeah, that was this first episode of Need for Speed Underground.